I doubt very much that this was in the script. Out towards the flank. Played back into the centre. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And reclaimed it in a trice. Nicely spread. Backward it goes. There's the shot! No mistake! And they're at it again in double quick time. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always...
It's Raul! Loose ball now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Pass somewhat off target. Saka.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Camavinga does well to stand firm and defend it. No, that's been intercepted. Barcelona have their opponents right where they want them, and we've barely begun. Raul. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Barcelona have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Now it's Mbappe, and he was alert to it. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Saliba, that's Eze. Timber. And Gabriel, added Subimendi. Rice. Raul looking understandably energised after his goal. Goes long and straight. Oh, super! And the finish! Just cruising! They are cruising! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, the deftness of touch, received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And yes, it's him again. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Lewandowski.
There they go, hunting again.
Lewandowski couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Now it's Raul. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's Lewandowski. Gabriel. Rice. Now it's Lewandowski. Lewandowski! And that's off target.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that, if only he managed to retain his composure.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Gabriel, and it's Rice. For Rice, Lewandowski does well to get it back. Now it's Lewandowski. Stood up well to him there. Serginho. And here's Lewandowski. Merino. Oh, shooting chance! Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that has left him in a heap. Merino. Now it's Lewandowski. Closing in on goal. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. Cleared without hesitation. That's the keeper's ball. Lewandowski gets flagged offside. Saliba kept aware, and it is reclaimed. And we hit half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Barcelona are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Has a look and plays it forward. Knocks it out wide. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And this is Lewandowski. Played out to the left flank.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Merino. Oh, there's a probing ball. Just eases him off the ball. Camavinga. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Merino. And this is Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! He scored! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. He's found the way through. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And here's Saka. Timber. Looking to play him in. And he whips. Up he goes! Lewandowski.
È di 81.007 spettatori.
Lewandowski powering forward here. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, they've set out to man-mark him now, but this is an embarrassing example of too little too late.
That has been cut short. Raul. And this is Lewandowski. Timber. Now it's Saka. Serginho. Now it's Lewandowski. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. It's a pretty loose pass. Raul. Great defending, strong and determined. Mikel Merino gets a foot in here. Eze nicked it back promptly. Zubimendi gets a good foot in there. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. Rice, that has been slung wide. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner.
Sostituzione per l'Arsenal. 10.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Numero 49.
They've played it
Numero
short.
23.
Now it's Saka. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. Barcelona really could have done without this. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, look at the keeper's reaction, Peter. He felt he could have kept it out. That was so tight.
Arsenal grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. Merino. Goes looking wide. And this is Lewandowski. Merino. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Distributed tidily. And it's Merino. Looking for options for movement. And he shoots! It's bounced back off the post. Lewandowski. Merino. Mikel Merino. Running with the ball. Now it's Merino. And this is Lewandowski. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards.
Numero 12.
Raya looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. He has spurned it.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Gabriel gets across to intercept that. Merino. He's a sharp little ball here. Serginho. And he was quick to react. Saliba.
Ci saranno 3 minuti
Nicely
di recupero.
intercepted. Now it's Raul. Now it's Lewandowski. It's a really well-measured ball. And he cuts out the supply. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Real chance here. Shapes to shoot! It's in! Comfort! Yet more comfort! Easing away. Terrible error, duly punted. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Lewandowski, very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had. Well, after all of that, Jim... Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. So that's got things underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this fella, Maignan, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint in his native France. That time he took an unfancied side to the title against all the odds. I think he had 21 clean sheets that year, which is over half the games, and proof that goalkeepers can make a real difference.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning. And the shot! And he's in on goal. Pulisic! Now, who's going to be... Oh, he's been caught on it here. Now, this could be a chance. Chance for a shot! And another try! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
And it's been taken short. There's the shot! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Milan really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Spread neatly. That could... And a chance! Oh, he's done it! The most decisive of all goals! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go...
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Red and black wherever you turn. The San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. There's the whistle.
Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Well, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
In with the challenge. Gabbia promptly onto that, and that is that. Rafael Leao. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's a sharp little ball here. And this is Messi. He saw the danger and he went... Oh, and a chance! And it's Seedorf. And this is Neymar. Neymar! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Rabiot. Now it's Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao. He's under a lot of pressure there. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Oh, well measured. Serginho. Seedorf. Gabbia kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Rafael Leao. Seedorf. And he was quick to react. Modric. And this is Neymar. Just about within shooting range. Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Neymar really couldn't have done much better with that. He was under so much pressure.
Davids gathers from the goal kick. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's found a way through. Rafael Leao. Over to the left. Messi. And it's Modric. Great defending, strong and determined. Nicked it back promptly. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. That's pretty clear. It is a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
Yeah, it's an invitation to go for goal.
Messi! Serginho. Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Rafael Leao. Salmakers. Rabiot. Now it's Rafael Leao. Now it's Messi. Modric goes steaming forward. And he's being shifted off it. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ricci calmly anticipates.
That's so good and so often seen nowadays. Don't give them time to think on the ball.
And reclaimed it in a trice. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Schneider.
Such good technique.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries a shot! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, it's fallen loose again! Modric. Now it's Rafael Leao. Schneider. And here's Neymar. And he's running through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Schneider. Now it's Messi. Serginho. And here's Messi. Rabiot. And this is Messi. And this is Neymar. Oh, it's good effort from distance. That was superb goalkeeping.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
And we have our very first corner. There's the header. That's a half-decent try. And the first 45 minutes are up. So off we go once more. Not the most accurate pass. Rafael Leao. Now it's Rabiot. That pass isn't the best. That has ended up in no man's land. Loftus-Cheek. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Ricci. Now it's Rafael Leao.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
No, that's been intercepted. Rabiot. Now it's Rafael Leao. He's beaten the last man. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Schneider shoots! Oh, would you believe it? They willed it, and it happened! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And the finish! And he's following up! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Mbappe! It is a corner. And we have our very first corner. And he was alert to it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Neymar, good strong midfield running here. Caicedo. Mbappe. And they're quick to get it back. Threads one in. Yamal. It's Park Ji-sung. Pass is just off target. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Yamal. Now it's Mbappe. That's a good run down the left. He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Van de Ven is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
Inter are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Thuram cuts out the pass and reclaimed it in a trice. Ambitious ball here, and he's picked out the run. Pacho did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And this is Messi. And the shot! And again! No mistake! And this is getting better and better. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, real chance!
Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
This looks promising. A whisker away from making it 4.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Corner number 2 then. Neymar goes short. Lovely feet. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Caicedo stood his ground strongly. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Raul. Time and again they are repelled. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
And he's been shifted off it.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now?
Van de Ven.
For Yaya Toure. Ugarte takes control of it and he's on the move. Rodrigo. And here's Raul. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Now it's Messi. And this is Forlan. Forlan gets through on his own. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Sells looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. That's really well manoeuvred.
Has been indicated.
No, that's been intercepted.
Raul. Yamal.
Great defending, strong and determined. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Who would have seen this?
By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Just a quick announcement. We would like to inform you that CCTV is now in operation for your safety.
And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden. Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area.